Today I want to go over Project 11. Project 11 is asking to complete the following program by writing all functions. Don't make any changes in the main. In the main function, we have integer x, y, and z. We have integer sum. We do have float average. We want to define read function, which takes x, y, and z, and it reads x, y, and z. So I want to define a function named read. That this function takes x, y, and z. I start by defining a function which the return type is void. It takes integer x, integer y, and integer z. I can read x, I can read y, I can read z. I put ampersand here to make them pass by reference. So the read function will read x, y, and z. I have comp sum, which I'm passing x, y, and z. I'm finding the sum of x, y, and z. So in the comp sum, I return x plus y plus z. This function takes x, y, and z. It will add them and it will return the result, which is going to be stored in the sum. The comp average takes x, y, and z, and it will find the average. So the comp average, it takes x, y, and z. I can say average is equal to x plus y plus z divided by 3. So the comp average will find the average of x, y, and z. The result will get stored in average. And then the average will be passed by reference because I want to get the result back in the main function. I have a display function which displays x, y, it displays a sum and average. And the display function, I can say cout sum is equal to sum, average is equal to average. I'm displaying sum and I'm displaying the average. So let's try this. I run my program. I'm getting an error. So I need to change this S to capital S. I run my program. I'm missing a semicolon. So it says no matching function for comp average. Comp AVE. It takes X, Y, Z and average. It takes X, Y, Z and average. The average is float. So the average will be float. I need to define sum, so I initialize it with 0. sum is integer, the average is float, so display will have a float average. And run my program. I put 1, 2, and 3. Sum is 6 and average is 2. So if I run my program again, if I put 2, 3, and 4, we get 9 and 3. So in this example, I define my functions read data. I make the read data parameters passed by reference. This is a reference variable. I have read, I'm having passed by reference. The reason I use pass by reference is because I want to get the result back in my main function. So let's take a look at question number 2. Question 2 says declare identifiers. I have x, y, z, and min. I'm commenting out my question 1, so it doesn't conflict. I'm defining x, y, z, min, and max. Read data will read x, y, and z. So the read data will read x, y, and z. I have sum and average. Find sum average. Find sum average is taking x, y, z. X, y, and z, they are integer. Sum is integer, average is float. So average will be float. I can say sum equal to x plus y plus z. Average is equal to sum divided by 3. So read data reads x, y, and z. Find sum average will find the sum and average. Show sum average will display sum and average. But sum is integer, average is flow. So I need a function show sum average. This is float. I can say cout sum is equal to sum average is equal to average. Show sum average will display sum and average. Find max min will find and display the max and min of x, y, and z. Max and min are integers, so find max min will find maximum and minimum of x, y, and z. We can say max is equal to min is equal to x. If y greater than max, max equal to y. Else if z is greater than max, max is equal to z. I can also use equal here. Then I can say if y is less than min, min equal to y. Else if z is less equal to min, min is equal to z. So if we want to get the result, we can put max and min, we can pass them as a reference. So max and min will be passed by reference. Show max min will display max is equal to max and min is equal to min. Let's try this. I run my program. I put 1, 2, and 300. Sum is 303. Average is 101. Max is 2 and min is 1. So min is right, but max is wrong. So let's take a look at it. We say max equal to min equal to x. If y is greater or equal to max, max becomes y. If z is greater or equal to max, max becomes z. It's not finding the maximum. If I take out the equal, and I run it, so if I change the second statement to if and I take out the else, then my code will work. So if I put 1, 2, and 3, max is 3 and min is 1. If I put 1, 2, and 245, now it's working. So rather than using else if, I need to use if. Let's take a look at the third question. Question number 3, we want to display the menu. So I want to discuss question number 3. Display menu will show the menu, which we have addition and subtraction. Select choice will select the choice, which is either 1 or 2. So display menu will display the menu. Select choice will select the choice. So we need to ask the user, enter your choice. And then we get the choice. After we get the choice, we switch on the choice. If it's 1, practice add. So for the practice add, we want to add 2 numbers and see if the result is right or wrong. The practice add is adding 2 different numbers. If the result is right, you can ask the user to continue or not. So in order to do that, I want to create two random numbers. I include another library, cstdlib. For the practice add, I can say int num1 equal to rand, int num2 equal to rand. I say int sum equal to num1 plus num2. So when I'm practicing add, I have two different numbers. I add them together. I want to ask the user to see if the result of the add is right. I can say if sum is equal to num1 plus num2 something else, something else. For the practice sum, we can use a similar practice sum. We can say sub is equal to num1 minus num2 if sub is equal to num1 minus num2 something else something. So you could complete this code, but the idea is to see if the result of adding two numbers is equal to that or not. Is the result of subtracting equal to that or not? I'm not going to complete this lab. I just wanted to give you some ideas how to do this part. So I discussed this project, which is project 11.